Today we are going to see if this love is still necessary to persist. Should you give up? Let's choose the last sense card from the 3 represented by the multiple choice questions. Double click on the card to connect with it. Please make sure before revealing the card. Remember to type the word you choose into the comments. Improve the connection with the board surface to enhance energy links and increase precision. Tosh, have you made a choice? First, let's look at the choice. We draw this card. The love of the baby who draws this card is actually worth insisting on. Because from the look of things, there should still be feelings between the two of them. The feelings from the past. Your foundation, your sedimentation. It's still there. It hasn't completely disappeared, or the other party hasn't completely let go. He might be overwhelmed with negative emotions, always recalling bad things or arguments, fights, and noise between us. Some contradictions, conflicts, differences, and so on. Who is always in the throat? Always thinking about these negative things makes the negative emotions very heavy. Indeed, it's in the depths of your heart. You see it at the very bottom. I still care about you and this relationship. But on the surface, what is it? The surface is negative emotions. Under the influence of these negative emotions, he might say something insincere or even blurt out many harsh words. People say, I don't love you anymore. I don't love you anymore. At least I have to break up with you. We should never be together again, and so on. It's that kind of stabbing picture. It's out in the open. But deep down, he still has feelings. The emotional bond between them hasn't broken. He hasn't really given up. There's really no connection, no relation between the two. So if you draw this card, you really have to ask yourself, you go and explore. Apart from some complaints about him, there might be some angry points. When you dig deep, do you still care if there is? The other side is actually the same. So I think it's worth trying to persist. Give each other a bit more time. Give each other another chance. Try harder, be more proactive. Of course, this initiative definitely requires between the two parties. Really do some introspection, solve it, do some self-adjustment and improvement, and then the two people together. Not only those with negative emotions, first digest your own negative emotions and then go to the other party.
The communication of the application term.
Then the two of them face and solve the problem together so they don't repeat the same mistakes. Otherwise, even if there is affection between each other, but always being cold or negative will definitely, this can result in misunderstandings between each other. Then it becomes that kind of what we obviously had chemistry, but unfortunately it ended without result. This is not what we want, right? So if you draw this happy bag, it means you two are completely done. I would suggest you better ask me on your own. Look in detail at the situation between the two people, the other party's thoughts, attitudes, and your subsequent development and reconciliation situation, and then see how we adjust and improve. Just see the direction that tarot can guide. This way you will have a better grasp of the situation. It will also be more helpful to you so you don't end up like a headless fly, right? So manage your time well. Next, let's take a look at the choice of this character. if we draw this card, it's not really worth it for you to keep going. I would suggest you give up and look for new feelings, because it seems that he is very dedicated or unique. He's been wavering with you. On the one hand, he may be around. There are already people involved. And on the other hand, he may still be thinking about his ex, right? Or maybe he's thinking about someone else, etc., even though he hasn't acted on it. It's not like I'm completely devoted to you anymore. All I want is you. I only have you in my life. It's not this condition. He seems to hesitate a lot. It doesn't feel like he is wholeheartedly involved or giving. So with this card, I really am not sure.
Suggest you to keep going on this relationship. Try to give up for you. Try to start your new life. Of course, if you say I must have him, I am sure. I just want to see if I can bring him back to a state where his attention is solely on me, right? Let him willingly.
No, shush.
If you say so, then you really try to do some auxiliary promotion and adjustment through energy. As for how to do it, turn around and look at it separately. We do targeted analysis and then see how to adjust and improve. Finally, let's take a look at the word multiple choice we got. The baby who draws this card, this relationship, is very worth your continued persistence. Should not give up, because from the perspective of the board, in fact, both sides still hope. Actually, both of us have perseverance deep inside, and we hope for us this relationship can continue, and it is hope that both sides can actually being able to understand each other, tolerate each other, support each other, right? What happens to me? I have you by my side, you have me by your side, you are my reliance, I can also become your reliance, right? Both of us jointly have a haven. Actually, both parties have such an idea in mind, but you seem to inevitably encounter some external disturbances or third-party factors. This can affect you and even shake some of your inner states. For example, it will make you feel anxious, and there might be some trust issues between you and even cause misunderstandings and conflicts. In fact, it's a problem you need to face and resolve. But when you're solving problems, don't forget your persistence for this relationship. You clearly hoped, able to keep learning, able to move forward together, also able to rely on each other. Don't let the external interference get to you at this time. It affects you. These are some of the homework you need to collect and adjust, or some places you need to pay attention to in order to truly implement what you're thinking of. This really lets each other go on well, go on steadily. So drawing this happy baby is really congratulations to you, because this kind of feeling is really worth your persistence. Just like ordinary people, the status of being in love or saying that it has already been separated or actually still in the ambiguous budding, I think you can try. Go and take the initiative to try. Effort should yield some reward, but beware of external distractions. There must be a solution to the problem that something might arise for you. Otherwise, there might be or it might cause some rifts in our relationships. The above is the overall situation of today's market. If you want to understand it more deeply and comprehensively, in terms of our relationship or this emotional situation, for example, how the other party currently views our relationship and me, what's the most genuine thought, or how do you think? What's the attitude, and how will our development be? Right? If there's any possibility or probability of us getting back together or whatever, you can come to me and we'll analyze our specific issues separately. By understanding your situation, then we rehearse individually. We look at the guidance tarot gives us. What is the targeted guidance? Where are the potential problems and obstacles that may be encountered, right? How much is the probability of mutual fit? And how should we adjust and improve? This way, you guys can get a better direction and know what to do. As for being at a loss, right, this way, we can better solve your problems and difficulties.